Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rachak Wadash, double honors unto our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Much peace and blessings to all you sincere Akim out there that's pushing this 100% truth with all sincerity, faith, with charity. This is your brother Osh from the Great Millstone Miami camp, coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying unto the elect. What I want to speak on in this lesson, Lord willing, is straight to the point, quick. I want to speak on how taming the tongue is freedom. Putting your tongue under subjection, having a control over your mouth, is a form of true freedom. Okay? And the scriptures speak about the ills and the dangers that your tongue, your mouth, which means the words that come out of your mouth, can get you in. From Genesis to Revelation, it's all throughout over and over and over and over and over again, right? You have what's that in James, right? I think it's the smallest member. All right, James chapter 3 and verse 5. It gets straight to the point. It says, even so, you know what? No. Shit, because this whole chapter, right? This is James chapter 3 and verse 2. It says, for in many things we offend all. If any man offend not in word, the same is a perfect man. You see that? and able also to bridle the whole body. In the NLT it says what? Indeed, we all make many mistakes. For if we could control our tongues, we would be perfect and could also control ourselves in every other way. So showing you if you can control your tongue, if you can control your mouth, that is the foundation of self-control, of controlling yourself overall, which is true freedom. If you cannot control yourself, that means you're a slave. You're straight up, you're not free. You don't have autonomy. You don't have self-autonomy. You're not actually doing what you're not in control. Your mouth is in control of you. Your body is in control of you, which the head, the brain, is supposed to lead the body, not the other way around, right? But let's continue on. In the KJV it says, behold, we put bits in the horses' mouths that they may obey us, and we turn about their whole body, right? Where the head goes, the body follows, right? Verse 4, behold also the ships, which though they be so great and are driven of fierce winds, yet are they turned about with a very small helm, whithersoever the governor listeth. Right, you have a big ship, but you got the little helm at the bottom of the ship that is turned with the wheel, where the captain turns the wheel, and that little helm, you just turn it just a little bit, and it will change the total trajectory of the ship, of this huge ship, right? It continuing on, verse 5, it says, even so the tongue is a little member and boasteth great things. Right, your tongue is very small compared to the rest of your body, right? Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindleth. Right, you can have a small fire. A huge fire begins very small. Right? Verse 6, and the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity. So is the tongue among our members, that it defileth the whole body, and setteth on fire the course of nature, and it is set on fire of hell. Okay? So your tongue can get you in a world of trouble. And this subject is really, dear unto me, because growing up as a child, I was very talkative. Very talkative. And I was told that I am a know-it-all damn near every day. Right? Because I was a smart child. Caught on fast to a lot of things. And growing up, I had to learn just by observing others and examining myself. Still, as a young man, I realized that the reason why I myself speak so much, talk so much, not only myself, but a few of my siblings, right, is because you want to show what you know. You want to be seen as a smart person. Okay, you need validation. I realized that as around 15, 16, I started to realize that when I got to high school, and I started to turn from that. I made a conscious decision by saying F people, I went from trying to fit in and trying to be cool, trying to be liked by everybody, to saying, F these people. All these people are lame any damn way. That's how I was when I got to high school. I started skipping school altogether, right? I would be in the hallway, hoodie on. I just stopped, talking. I grew out of that. Okay? And now, being a father, I can see my son is the same exact way. He his mouth never stopped, never closed. From the time this man started to talk, he ain't shut up since. But I understand where it comes from. I know it's genetic. It's something in my bloodline. Okay? But it's because you want to be validated. You want people to see how smart you are. Okay? And really, that is a trait, a worldly trait. That is not something that us men of Yahweh Basham Yahushai should be doing. Okay? I'm talking to myself first. That's not an attribute of a man of the Lord. That's not a characteristic that a member of the elect is going to continue displaying up until the chariots come. No, at some point, you got to grow out of that. Okay? And it's brothers that's like that still. And I'm talking, first and foremost to the younger brothers. You younger brothers out there, don't be in that spirit. You got to grow out of that. And really, how you grow out of that is by you have to create a mental shift from seeking validation from men to seeking your validation from the Most High, Yahweh, through His Son Yahweh Shai. Okay, the scriptures speak about being a man pleaser. The scriptures speak about woe to man that trusteth in man. You have to really have a real personal relationship with Yahweh Yahweh Shai. Okay? You have to be fully validated by the Lord. And it's to the point now where if I'm not doing a video, if I'm not on the line, and even when I'm on the line, if I'm not speaking, being the main speaker, I try not to really say shit at all. Unless I'm bringing out a precept. Of course, you chime in here and there. You know? But I like the whole post. You know? If I'm not speaking. But if I'm not on the line, if I'm not doing a video, if I'm not having a 101 with a brother, chopping it up with a brother on a personal level, I'm not talking like that. Okay? Brothers can have their group discussions. Of course, you chime in here and there. But you shouldn't be dominating the group discussion every time. Just because and that really is you just want to be validated. You just want to be that guy. Whether you are conscious of it or not, that's what you're doing. And that shows that you have a low self-image. You have a low self-esteem. So you're overcompensating. Whether you're conscious of it or not, that's what you're doing. And that's why the scriptures say we have to examine ourselves. Okay? As the scriptures say, this is Proverbs 25 and 28. He that hath no rule over his spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. And we just read to you in James, if you can't rule your tongue, you can't rule your spirit. Point blank, period. But if you can rule your tongue, you can rule your spirit. Ruling your spirit starts with ruling your tongue. Not just knowing when to speak and when not to speak, or knowing what to say, but when to speak. You can say the right thing. The scriptures say if you ain't saying it at the right time, though, it's meaningless. It's going to be counted as folly. Right? But again, it stems back to you having a need to be validated, which that is a form of bondage. You're not free. Once you make that mental shift to getting your validation from the Lord, that's why Yahweh Shai said when you give alms, give them in secret. Don't be like men praying on the street corners. You know what I mean? Don't be like these influencers. They go up to a bum and give them a stack of money, but they recording it to put on the internet. It's because they want validation. Don't be like these women on Instagram looking for likes because they have low self-esteem. Okay? But once you make that mental shift, that's freedom. Cause that weight of trying to be validated all the time is gone. You know the Lord sees you. The Lord knows your spirit. The Lord knows you're smart. The Lord knows you got knowledge. Cause He gave it to you. And when it's time to showcase that knowledge, it's time. But it ain't time all the time. The scriptures speak about letting your light shine, right? Don't put your candle under a bushel. But that don't mean you gotta show everything you know all the time. Honestly, once I grew out of that and I started to examine that, my sister like that, my brother is like that, different people in my bloodline is like that, and other people in the world, and knowing I used to be like that. It's something before I even came in the truth. But of course, after you come to the truth is worth, I really begin to despise that. Because I think about how I used to be. And it's really coming from a place of low self-esteem. It's to the point now where, as the scriptures say, and this is how we should all be, honestly, and of course in the world, F these people. You should not be trying to seek any validation from these people in the world. You should not be trying to be the smartest nigga in the barbershop. You should not be trying to be the smart guy at work. These people ain't on no level to even comprehend basic carnal things. So of course you shouldn't be seeking validation from these people. But even much more so with the brotherhood, because you can offend. You can offend like that. Nobody likes a guy like that. That's a sign of childishness. Something we have to grow out of. And it's easier said than done. But it's to the point now where, of course in the world, but even brothers can be having a full-blown conversation about a certain subject that I'm very learned in, very versed in, and I act like I don't know. Oh yeah? Wow. Just so I don't look like that guy. Because honestly, I am a knowledgeable. I know a lot of shit about a lot of shit. But you have to understand, as men, nobody likes a know-it-all. Even if you're a brother that really know a lot of shit. You got brothers out there that's very knowledgeable about all type of shit. Some brothers are just very intelligent. More intelligent than other brothers. It's just true. Okay? Some brothers have photographic memories and don't even be trying to study shit. It's just they hear something and it just soak into their brain. And they're able to recall that information on the drop of a dime. You know? Really like a parrot, like a mockingbird. You know? Whether or not you truly understand that subject is another story. But you can speak on it. But just because you can speak on it don't mean you have to speak on it. And what I'm saying is totally scriptural. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 32. And verse 7. Speak, young man. First and foremost, this is to the young men. Right? And age of truth is relative. Okay? I am, in a few months would be 10 years in this truth. But I'm still a young man to everybody else above me. Right? But of course you got brothers been in this year, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 years. They're young men to me. You see? So it says, speak, young man, if there be need of thee. If there be need of thee. Meaning, if there ain't no need for you to say nothing, just shut the fuck up. I'm talking to myself first. Just shut the fuck up. Honestly, a lot of the time, nobody cares. And I'm just keeping it 100. Okay? And yet scarcely when thou art twice asked. Meaning the first time somebody asks you something, you can be like, oh yeah, look, you say you look, but you ain't, that don't, just cause somebody asks you a question, that ain't an opportunity to just start fucking rambling. Oh, now's my opportunity to just start talking. Here you go, here's my time to shine. Sometimes brothers just ask you something just to make, just so you won't feel left out. They don't really want you to just start talking. But that comes from experience, that comes from examining yourself, that comes from maturity and actually keep being real. Getting out of your own head. Stop trying to seek so much validation and just sit back and observe. Sometimes you just gotta sit back and observe, brothers. Observe men. Okay? A lot of us brothers, we grew up and we weren't even taught how to be men. And now we're learning how to be men of the Lord, men of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So a lot of us are learning how to be men and be men of the Lord simultaneously. But that's really hard to do. You, like the Apostle Elder Gabar has been saying, as long as I can remember, before you can be a man of the Lord, you got to be a man first. So this subject, this is just men stuff. This ain't even spiritual. This ain't even deep at all. Again, this is something I was meditating on before I came into truth. Okay? And this is the key point, verse 8. Let thy speech be short, comprehending much in few words. That's how you become a master communicator, an effective communicator. Which, Lord willing, I'm going to do a lesson on that. We should all strive to be effective or more effective communicators. An effective communicator is not somebody that talks all the damn time. That always is communicating some form of information. An effective communicator can express information or share information in very, in a short amount of time, but it's effective. Meaning they don't have to say a lot. They say a lot without saying a lot. But you can't do that if you're talking all the time. Your words have value. Your words should have value. Your words are energy. You shouldn't just. I don't understand how some guys just talk all the damn time. That shit is draining. How do you have so much energy? Okay, but the more you speak, the less valuable your words become. As with any other commodity. The more cars, the more models of a certain car on the road, the less valuable it is. The more dollars in circulation, the less that dollar is worth. So the more you talk, the less your words mean. Okay, the brother that talked the least is a lot of the time the brother that's going to be sought for his opinion. Hey brother, what you think? The brother that's always talking his opinion, speaking, nobody's gonna ask him his opinion. Let thy speech be short, comprehending much in few words. Be as one that knoweth, and yet holdeth his tongue. I love doing that. Especially in the world. I play dumb all day long. I get so much of a kick out of it. And I do it with brothers too. You know? Again, when it's time to teach, it's time to teach. When it's time to share information, it's time to share information. But just keeping it a being, the more knowledgeable you are, human nature, the more you express that, the more you're gonna be despised. Because we are all human. Okay, sometimes you just get tired of hearing brothers' voice. Certain brother, you just gotta keep it 1,000. I'm keeping it 1,000 right now. Okay? But I'm putting this into practice. I've been putting this into practice. Brothers could be talking about a subject I know much about, and I hear, things you may say something, and I could correct you and add, and I just walk right past and go to the other circle. When brothers are talking about some other shit, and just listen, Because I don't need the validation. I get my validation from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. I know what I know. Okay? And another point is of wisdom is knowing a lot of times you try to share stuff, it's going to go over brothers' heads a lot of the time if they're not ready for it. That's something I had to learn. Okay, so that's pretty much it, man. That's just something I wanted to speak on. Lil William was edifying with that. I'm gonna say shalom. Yehovah Hashem Yahushua Barakatah.